Hello, friends, and thanks for tuning into Taste Radio, the #1 podcast for anyone building a business in food or beverage. I'm Ray Latif, the editor and producer of Taste Radio, and I'm with my co-hosts for this episode, John Craven, Jackie Bruglera, and Mike Schneider. This episode features a quartet of interviews with key players from the global finals of Taurus Brandy's Zero Challenge competition, a fascinating contest designed to promote a new paradigm in hospitality by aligning mixology with environmental responsibility. We're going to be doing some mixology a bit later on in the show, right, John?
Definitely.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's definitely mixology.
Yeah, we're gonna have highs and lows here.
Highs and lows. I totally just felt like Ron Burgundy, by the way, because in the movie Anchorman, when he reads from the script,
He's an anchorman?
Yes, he's Anchorman.
Haven't seen that movie you speak of, Ray.
Well, at one point, somebody puts something into his script, and he says...
He just reads it, yeah.
Yes. What does he say? F you, San Diego,
Yeah.
or something like that?
Yeah.
And just reads it. And I have a typo in my copy here, and I almost read it. It's the #1 podcast for anyone building a business in food and business. I don't know why I have
Wow,
that
we've really
in there.
expanded. I love
It
it.
Yeah.
could have
That's
been
fine.
worse. It could have been
It
worse.
could have been FU Boston or something like that, you know. All right. I kind of want to kick off the show by going back in time, back all the way to the year 2023. And it was one of our last shows of 2023 in which we talked about the potential for dry bottle shops to thrive in this year of 2024. I think we had a little bit of a slight disagreement in terms of whether or not we thought dry bottle shops, those that sell non-alcoholic spirits and cocktails, would do well this year. And it just turns out that it might not be a banner year for these shops, as it were.
Ooh.
It was rumored, or it is rumored, that Boisson, which is pretty much the leading, if there is such a thing, the leading non-alcoholic shop in America, might be closing, might be shutting down. Our very own Farron Salnikar wrote a story on Friday, the 29th of March, about this rumor, which began when a Boisson employee, or someone identified themselves as a Boisson employee, wrote on Twitter that the company was closing. And Andrea Hernandez, that of Snackshot fame, followed up on it and spoke with suppliers of Boisson, tried to get in touch with the team, but to no avail. We did as well. Farron attempted to contact Boisson, but as of today, Tuesday, April 2nd, have not heard back. So this is very interesting, this development, especially because Boisson seemed to be quite well funded.
From Pernod.
From Pernod, they had brought on a $5 million bridge round led by Conviviality Ventures, which is the VC arm of Pernod, and also a investment group called Connect Ventures.
That's a lot of Bon Buzz and Malati. What's going on?
What?
That's a lot of Bon Buzz and Malati.
Oh, you're talking about two brands.
Talking about some brands.
Yes. I think I don't want to sound negative here, but the common sense reaction to this is, yeah, I kind of saw that coming.
Well, I mean, it sounds like the business is refocusing on the wholesale distribution side of it and exiting the stores, which I think, in terms of like where that category is at, sort of makes sense to invest in, being a wholesale business as opposed to being a retail business. But I think that's kind of what we debated in that episode in 2023. And, I feel like, I think I said back then that this seems like something that might work now. And there are obviously other retailers out there that are doing this successfully as, sole locations. But building a business that's going to try to scale that at the retail level definitely seems pretty tricky. So, I guess timing's a little surprising, but I don't know. Maybe, I mean, obviously they know something we don't know. So,
Yeah, and during dry January, we saw a lot of, conventional retailers or natural retailers having sets for non-alc. So maybe there was a lot of success in that. They saw a lot of success in maybe partnering with larger retailers, and they're seeing that, maybe we can just go this route rather than having their own retail fronts.
Agreed. I think the future for this category is still bright, and there certainly are successful models for all sorts of niche retail out there. And I wouldn't, if anyone out there is a retailer that does this, I wouldn't take this as a sign that what you're doing is not viable. Just because someone's exiting it.
We also haven't heard from Boisson either, so maybe they've cracked a code and they're pivoting and they're just not ready to talk about it yet. So, I mean, if you want to look at the potential silver lining or sunny side of the street, that could have happened too.
The sunny side of the street. I've never heard that phrase before.
I like
that. Yeah.
I personally am going to reserve judgment for right now on all of this.
Yeah, me too.
Well, what I would say is that the most important thing to do is to continue following this story, especially if you are in the business of non-alcoholic spirits and cocktails. The best way to do that is to follow the story on BevNet and become an insider, because that story that we broke on Friday was only available to insiders. And the easiest way to become an insider is just to go to the website, go to BevNET.com/insider, sign up. You'll be happy you did. Switching gears to, of course, a perfect segue, plant-based milk. Mike has in his hand, yes, it looks like some sort of countertop contraption with the word new milk on the front of it.
So this is a countertop appliance called New Milk, which basically makes nut milks and oat milk kind of on demand from these pouches. It kind of has a blender apparatus on it that mixes it all together. These are if you haven't tried this yet, the output from the machine is it tastes amazing. No sketchy ingredients in these pouches here. Super fresh tasting. And
we ready for a demo?
Not just yet. So New Milk, NUMILK. Originally, they had much larger machines.
I think they still have the larger ones. Yeah,
okay,
because these are used in cafes as well.
Yeah, I first saw this in Whole Foods.
Right, they had much larger
4
machines
years ago
at Whole Foods where you could make on-demand plant-based milk. These versions are, I assume, intended for home, office, and I guess food service.
Here we go, Ray.
Don't know about food service.
This is the birch coffee latte.
Now, do you have
to make lattes?
You can make lattes.
Milks.
You can make matcha lattes.
What is the base?
Golden milk.
What's the base of this one?
I think this is oat milk, but I can't. Hold on, I'm having.
It's cold. How's it cold?
I turn it off.
Cold water.
It's cold water.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm on the New Milk website, and this New Milk home machine is what they call it.
Okay, this is the birch coffee vanilla oat latte. Ingredients are milled oats, granulated dates, coconut oil, coffee, yes, ground vanilla bean, and Himalayan salt. And it is, drum roll please. Yeah, it's delicious. It's really smooth.
The machine itself is, I guess, relatively expensive. It's $250. The pouches are approximately $4 per pouch. So this, I'm seeing this on their website, the unsweetened almond variety, which contains only almonds and Himalayan salt, sells for a 4-pack of $15.96. A 12-pack will run you $47.88.
And what does that make?
Yeah, how many?
How many ounces is that thing?
How many ounces?
32 ounces.
So it sounds like it was $4 for about 2 servings. Is that? Because you just split it 3 ways.
I think 8 ounces is what I would typically drink for plant-based milk,
Okay.
but I guess you could say 2 to 4 servings.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you're making lattes, I think you make 5 or 6.
Yeah.
So yeah, not bad.
All right. Well, that was a pretty good demo there, Mike. Well done.
Thanks,
we'll,
Ray.
we'll post a reel of the demo on the Instagrams and the TikToks and the LinkedIns, I'm sure. But the output is pretty darn good. I like it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have some more. It's tasty.
You know what I would like in this though? I feel like there's just one thing missing.
Chili crisp?
Some booze?
No, well, maybe booze, but I think I just need some sort of functional immune ingredient. I feel like there's something out there that could, just improve the functionality of this beverage, and it is out there. It's an ingredient called Immuse, IMMUSE, which is a dietary and food ingredient that is clinically shown to stimulate immune function at the cellular level. Incorporate Immuse into your innovation strategy and help your consumers optimize their health throughout the year. Learn more at immusehealth.com. That's IMMUSE health.com. Immuse is the presenting sponsor of this episode of Taste Radio.
Hey, Ray.
Yo.
I found that segue very amusing.
Oh, well, I got to tell you, as far as dad jokes go, that was top notch, Mike.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Top-notch.
I'll take that.
Did everyone see the video that the folks from Ginger Labs posted on LinkedIn yesterday?
Oh, the mafia one.
Yes, where it made it look like they were doing some sort of illegal deal. There was a suitcase full of ginger shots that they were selling to some sort of mob, as it were. I thought this was fantastic, and actually made me think about
Yesterday being April Fool's, by the way.
Well, yeah, but
We should explain what April Fool's Day is, too.
Okay,
Kidding. Come on.
No, but this was just a skit. This had nothing to do with April Fool's Day.
No, it was just
as
the
it
timing
were, but,
of
yeah,
it.
the timing of it. But it made me think. I was like, this video is really slick. We'll include a link of this in the show notes. 41 seconds long. Made me think like the investment that this company made into this video was well worth it. It got a lot of eyeballs, got a lot of reactions. Yes, you can do the scrappy and quick and dirty content with your iPhone, but I really appreciated this. I appreciate the fact that they put a lot of work and time and probably money into this because it looks great.
I mean, they just raised some money.
And they used it on the production of this video. Good for them. Well done.
They do make tasty shots. So.
Their shots are fantastic. I really enjoy them.
It's fun that they came up with a creative way to highlight how pure their product is.
Right.
Who would have thought that this funny scene would have just really highlighted a feature of their product so well.
Yes, Jackie, you described it perfectly because the deal was supposed to highlight the fact that this wasn't, I think at one point in the video, somebody asked, oh, is this Colombian? They go, no, it's Peruvian. I'm not going to mention the C word.
Okay, good. Don't do that. We talked about Bonbuzz earlier, and the founder of Bonbuzz, Faye Bebehani, she posted yesterday.
And Bonbuzz is a non-alcoholic spirit.
Non-alcoholic spirit. She totally got me on this too. She said she was taking time off from Bonbuzz to be on Love is Blind season 7.
Oh.
I thought it was real. I told my wife it was happening.
Oh, wow. Is that a
Faye,
show
well
you
played.
watch?
My wife watches it, and so I got kind of psyched, and I was like, "Oh, someone I know is going to be on this show. It's a crazy show," and I was like, "Man, I'm so relieved that she's not doing it."
Yeah.
Pass one
She
down
totally
to Mike.
got me though.
All right. Okay, so John has whipped out these new, they appear to be samosas.
Yes, they are samosas. They are samosas. They are from a brand called Aji's, based in San Diego. Met these folks at a meetup in San Diego. I think a startup CPG meetup. But these are basically Caribbean-style samosas. They've got a vegan one and a chicken curry flavor. I don't know which one you guys got, but they're super delicious. Brand's just launching. I think there's some sauce that's supposed to come with these too, which I did not include. But what do you think?
I got chicken curry.
I got chicken curry.
Yummy.
Delicious.
Mm-hmm. Now this is Aji's, not to be confused with Aji's, right?
This is spelled AGI
apostrophe S versus A.
I mean, it might be Aggies. I don't know. My apologies for mispronouncing it.
It's also, I think Aji's or AG's or however you pronounce it. I think Caribbean is part of the brand name as well.
Yes.
The one thing I would say, this is delicious. The one thing I would say is on the front of pack, they might want to adjust
they look like they're bleeding.
Yes, the samosas have some sauce on them, but they actually
They look murdered.
They look murdered.
They
yeah.
look murdered.
Yeah.
But we just murdered them.
I mean,
so.
we are murdering them.
They're so good. It's a super tasty brand. You wouldn't like if somebody put this in front of you, you wouldn't know it was previously frozen.
These are, I think, just pre-release packaging mock-ups too, so maybe they can erase the gore, but I would
This is a rated R.
I would 100% buy these. They're super delicious. So these are just air fried up. So
Nice.
Yes. So you can get some great feedback from us if you send us your product pre-release.
Ray, you want something to wash it down?
Yes, I do.
Oh man.
I got this new
Oh, Bully Boy.
Bully Boy straight bourbon whiskey.
It's like you're hosting a cocktail hour over there.
Yes.
With
You know, I mean,
appetizers and-
we'll say it's 3 p.m. when we're recording this, even though it's not. But this,
Bully Boy is a local distillery here in the Boston area.
I'll pour you, as you like to call it, a scotch.
And this is special because...
So it's different because they're using malted wheat. That's
Oh.
their key thing they want to call out. So
This is delicious.
quite delicious.
Yeah, this is really good.
Pairs great with samosas too for the folks at home.
Perhaps, yeah.
So
Well done, Bully Boy.
this will definitely help me get through the rest of this podcast.
Okay, can I shift to a non-alcoholic product real quick?
Yes, please.
All right, so I was in East Boston on Saturday, and I stumbled upon this store called Ebo & Co. Apparently, everyone in the world knows about Ebo & Co. except for me.
We knew you'd find it eventually. It has Ray vibes.
Yes, it is very Erewhonish in terms of its product selection. It on the exterior, it looks like a corner store that you would find anywhere in East Boston, which has quite a few corner stores. But inside, it's got several coolers of beverages and food. It's got a great wine selection. It's got a great snack selection. It's got records that you can buy. It's even got a secret, I think it's a cookbook room downstairs. So I walked in there and I was just like a kid in a candy store. And I was like, I gotta start looking at some things that I want to buy and things that I've never seen before. A couple things I've never seen before are these teas from a company called Bahari Teas, which makes two varieties of canned tea, 8.4 ounces per can. One is called the Purple Iced Tea. It's made with pomegranate and orange. The other one is called the Iced Bloody Mary, which is a tomato iced black tea.
Tomato iced black
Interesting.
tea.
Yes. So this is the one. The tomato one is the one that I saw, and I was like, okay, I got to bring this to the office. And I thought I'd share this with you fine gentlemen. Sorry, Jackie. I'll save some for the next time I'm in San
Jackie,
Diego, which will be the end of the
Ray's
month.
sharing.
Yes. At the end of the month, I will be in San Diego hosting the Naturally San Diego Pitch Slam on April 25th. If you are not already registered for the event and you live in the San Diego area or you live in
sweet.
Southern California, you should definitely do so. It's sweet. Yes, I would expect it sweet.
So it's sweet, tomatoey goodness. Like, what's the consistency? Watered
It's-
down a little bit?
Yeah, it just tastes like tea.
You know what it is? It's like sweet tomatoey goodness.
You get a lot of the tomato on the nose, less so on the palate.
It comes late. Wait for it.
Still nothing.
Wait for it. Wait for it.
Do you want to try the pomegranate
Sure, why
and
not?
orange one? Okay, here we go. This is the purple iced tea. You guys got to crush your tea here.
I already did. It's tasty.
Heal your darlings. Bahari teas. There you go. This kind of looks like guava juice.
It tastes like guava juice. It's yummy.
Ooh, smells amazing.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah, it is delicious.
It's definitely sweet tea.
Yeah, so the purple iced tea has 14 grams of sugar per can. The tomato one has 17 grams of sugar per can. Bahari teas.
Ray, I have in my hand here the latest from Tash, which is a maker of pistachio milks. This is RTD pistachio milk latte.
Yeah, I saw that on the floor at Expo West, and I didn't get to try any, but I was like, wow, because they had only sold just multi-serve pistachio milk. This is their first RTD product, Tash.
Yeah, that's nice and creamy and pistachio-y. I really like their products. I mean, I remember just back in the day when Roxana brought the gallon jugs in and we made lattes, and the product has just really progressed nicely. I mean, just wish them all the best.
I also have a couple beverages over here. But this first one I thought was interesting because we've seen a couple brands use ketones in their beverage, and this one's Kinetic. So this is like the latest beverage I've seen that uses ketones, and it has 12 grams of ketones for clarity and focus. It's a sparkling ketone refresher. This one's blackberry lemonade. I guess like my question is, do you think people know what ketones are? Because I still don't really understand why someone would drink ketones. I know there's ketosis and it helps with weight loss, but
it's the sound that comes out of a keytar. Those are ketones.
Jeez.
Another dad
I thought
joke.
it was the major, the number one in a major scale, but okay.
Yeah. I think the answer though is that is something that doesn't have the same awareness as, I don't know, caffeine or alcohol or something like that, obviously. So, that's going to be part of what that brand needs to do is build awareness for, that ingredient and function.
Yeah. So it's mainly energy or weight loss, I guess, for ketones. And then I also have Jupa cacao tea.
Oh, nice.
So,
yeah, I love that brand.
So this is a brewed cacao husk beverage. They have a couple different varieties. This is original. They also have an unsweetened, and they have one with cardamom. This was also interesting, and I think this is another beverage that's going to need a little bit of education because I even didn't really know that you could brew cacao husks and what the benefits of that is. But it does say on the back of pack that it's really high in antioxidants. It kind of tastes like a little chocolatey. You get like the chocolatey notes.
It's supposed to be like a coffee replacement, isn't it?
Let's see.
Did they put any caffeine in it?
I don't see any call out for caffeine, but it does call out that it's in the antioxidant club, and it has more antioxidants than blueberries and goji berries.
That's maybe a good play for it because all these, these brands that have tried to be a coffee replacement, there's very few that have found that as a message that resonates aside from perhaps Mudwater. So there's a lot of date seed coffees and things like that. I think maybe the play is to try to be your own thing. I like the antioxidant play there.
Yeah, it's cool. It tastes really good too.
Yeah, that was the thing. When I tasted that product at Expo West, I really enjoyed the flavor more than anything else. I myself need to be a little bit more educated about what it is and what the ingredients are supposed to do for you functionally. But the taste, for me, was out of this world.
In my hand, I have the beverage of the week. It's Case Tea. Thanks,
That's
Ashley and
spelled
Kyle. Kace. This is their jasmine tea apple. And one of the things I really like about Case Tea is, the packaging is really cute. It's an art project on the front. Does this remind you of Mr. Do?
What's Mr. Do?
Mr. Do, the video game. Come on, with the apples and those monsters that chase you.
Oh, Mr. Do.
From 100 years ago.
100 years ago.
Oh,
Vintage video game. It's so cool. I like their little yin and yang too, right? You should definitely try this later.
okay.
Super good.
Appreciate it. Oh, it says Juice Box at the
That
bottom.
one's
Is
called
what-
Juice Box.
Is that what it tastes like?
It's,
it tastes
it's
like
jasmine apple.
okay.
The jasmine is unmistakable. It's really good.
Nice.
I also have a care package from our friend Kartik,
Oh, Kartik.
who is now taken to sending us other people's products.
Chill dude. Kartik, who is the founder of Doosra, which makes
I think
Indian
everybody
inspired
knows that by
snacks.
now.
Yes. Well,
He's
maybe
basically-
if you missed an episode.
He's
or
basically
two.
our fifth host.
Okay. Jeez.
I'm kidding. But he sent this, I think it's probably pronounced Diablo, but it's DJABLO. It's a Filipino hot sauce with a punch, it says. And I'm really excited to try this. Check this out.
Nice.
He also sent what he said is his favorite chili crisp. It's called Crystal Jade. And I tried it before the show, and it's legit. It's super hot, and it's got just all the bits you'd want in a chili crisp, and it's super tasty.
Should have had that with the samosas.
I suggested that earlier, but
Too spicy.
Oh, it's
John didn't really want to kick it up to you.
Okay.
Because I was upstairs going like, oh my god, it's that
gotcha.
it's that good. And then so thanks Kartik for sending that. And then finally, he also sent this product called Droosh, which is in this really cool little what would you call that, Ray?
Container.
Little cylinder container here.
Yes.
It's yellow. It's Droosh is in like this cursive font, and it's says it's the icon spice, spicy, fierce, aromatic. It's really striking packaging. On the back says 100% women owned, and I can't wait to make something with this.
The packaging looks like the kind of product that you would use like to powder your face. Is that?
It does look a bit like makeup for sure,
Yeah.
but I assure you that unless you use organic garlic powder, organic chili powder, garam masala, and other good things to powder your face, then turmeric.
Masala, yes. Garlic and chili, no.
Yeah, garlic and chili. Oh, my eyes. My eyes. Oh, my eyes. The
Nice.
goggles, they do nothing.
Well, I have one more thing to share, and I'm going to share it directly.
Thanks, Kartik.
Yes. Well done, Kartik. I'm going to share this directly with John Craven because I know you talk a lot about this. I've seen you talk about Churn. Churn is a maker of flavored butters. It just underwent a package revamp that looks amazing. It definitely feels like it's a very millennial, Gen Z type of product or packaging, that is.
I think you just caused a fight there by
I
saying
almost
millennial Gen Z.
Okay. It feels a little bit more Gen Z than millennial, I would say. But here is the bruschetta variety, John Craven, that you can have. I believe there are 5 varieties that Churn markets.
Is that a snacking butter, John Craven?
Isn't all butter.
No.
Just a spoon.
But it's
Sometimes
made-
I just like to grab a stick and,
It's made with
Yeah.
grass-fed and pasture-raised milk.
And they were at a snack shot event, I believe. I think that's where I tried their butter, and it was really, really delicious.
How did you try their? Did they give you spoonfuls, or was it on bread, or?
you just stick your finger in.
You would have hated this, but they had a big piece of bread. I think it was challah bread.
Oh, the holiday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you just pulled pieces and put the butter on it.
Oy vey.
Can you imagine if I had seen that? I probably would have walked out and gotten a taxi back to Anaheim that moment. Can you believe
Ray
that?
would have
Yeah.
passed out on the
But
spot.
how many people touch that piece of bread?
Exactly.
Everyone.
A lot.
You had to touch it to
Yeah.
get in.
That's how you start Expo, though. You know, you got to get the germs going.
No,
So then you're
no.
immune.
Okay, well, you know what? There's germs, and then there's really bad germs. I mean, I was never. I mean, where was the the sneeze guard on top of that bread like they have with buffets and
Just nowhere to be seen, Ray.
The snack shot event just makes me want to give a shout out to the founders of Nara, who they just made that event super fun. They're so cool with their plant-based lattes, and they make matcha latte and black tea lattes, and it's so good.
an original DNS product.
Original DNS product.
But I gotta say,
Shout out.
I'm gonna. And this will probably be my last thing I say before I get kicked off this show, is that if I had seen that challah bread, I probably would have Instagrammed it and said, "I'm at the snack snot events."
Oh, come on.
Because you ain't no
Come on.
Because you ain't no holla back girl.